Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Community Made podcast. This is where all women survivors come to heal, and we talk about all things healing sexual abuse. And today's topic is the 3 steps to feeling like you again. Now, this is connected to the workshop, which depending on when you're watching this or listening to this, you can catch it on replay on my YouTube. So I really want to talk about the 3 steps to becoming her because there are feeling like you again, because there's so much out there with like clients and groups that I'm in on wanting to feel like you again. And of course, who doesn't, right? You miss this old version of you. When you look at this version of you, maybe in pictures, it hurts. You miss her. You know that you know that you're not really going to be her again, but it doesn't mean that you don't want to feel like you again, right? Like there's all of these things. And of course, I've had this experience as well. I have grieved so many versions of me over the last 10 years. And it's just been so crazy. And I completely understand wanting to feel like you again. Now, if you have been watching these episodes or listening to these episodes, you already know that I dove into the truth of feeling like you again. And so I really want you to check that out before we like kind of dive into this. But I am going to be honest with you. You are not going to ever feel like you again or be like that past version of you, because the reality of you is that past version of you has been completely shattered at this point. And I know that that sucks. I know we don't want to hear that, but that is the truth of it. And I am never going to not tell you the truth of it. So, because I don't want there to be misleading information out there, because one of the things that has always drove me crazy as a coach is when my clients come to me and they say certain things to me and I'm like, girl, because it's not fucking true. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, okay, because it's not true. And so I don't ever want to like mislead you. I will give you the truth of my own experience and things like that. And so I want to be very honest with you about that. I know that it sucks. I know that that's not really what you want to hear. But again, I got to tell you the truth, because if I don't tell you the truth, who's going to, right? So let's just be real. And because I know what it's like to heal from sexual abuse over and over and over and over again, which I know this sounds great, right? Like if you're you're like, oh my God, I don't want to heal. Like this sounds awful. Just know that it's absolutely worth it. It's not all rainbows and sunshine like people swear, but like know that it's completely worth it. But let's dive into the 3 steps of feeling like you again. And when I say feeling like you again, this is truly about becoming the new version of you that you absolutely love and you truly want to be. And the first one is to release without reliving. One of the most important things that you can do is really let go of your trauma without ever reliving it. The reason why a lot of survivors really avoid healing their trauma in the first place is because you don't want to relive any of that bullshit that you went through, right? So naturally we avoid it because we don't realize that there are ways that you can release it without reliving. Now, this is a technique that I do with my clients inside the Unbound Freedom program, which is my 12-week one-to-one program where you literally release your trauma without ever reliving it, without really like thinking about it in this one what are they called? Sessions. In this one session that we do it about 2 to 4 weeks in, depending on where you're at, depending on your unique circumstances, of course, because every closure, every healing journey looks different. And so, yes, there's a framework, but sometimes we've got to make the framework fit to the client. And what happens when we do this is that it literally just makes it an event. And that's all that it is. It's like you going to school yesterday or you going to the bathroom or something. It's just there. Okay. It just happened. There's no emotional hold on this version of you right now or in the future. And it is one of the best things that I've ever learned how to do, that I went through and that I take my clients through. I just love it. It's my favorite thing. So I'm looking at my notes here. Okay. And the second step is going to be body alignment. This is going to be crucial because as depending, of course, on your circumstances, you may or may not have been connected to your body even to begin with before the abuse took place. The reason why you want to be connected with your body is because your trauma is really stored there. And so the more that you can feel safe inside your body, the more that you are going to be regulated, you're going to be at peace, you're going to have purpose, you're going to prosper, you're going to have all of those things. You're also going to be a more patient and loving and understanding mom if you are a mom. So that's going to be important for you to realize. How do you create this body alignment? Through resetting and rewiring your nervous system and body connection. Really tapping in and learning how to trust your body, really learning how to connect with your body. Because for most survivors, you really do experience dissociation and numbness and never feeling grounded or connected in your body. Now, there's certain techniques and practices that we do inside the Unbound Freedom that help you feel this groundedness in this energy. The reason why this happens is that when you've experienced this abuse, what you do is you learn that it's not safe to be in your body. And so all of your energy comes upwards. And this is why it's so easy to be living in your head. But what we're attempting to do is really bringing the energy down all the way down to your feet so that you can feel naturally supported and safe by the earth itself. I know this sounds a little bit woo-woo and a little bit crazy, but it's legitimate. Okay. It's legitimate. I've literally have relearned this experience just within the last few months, and it's been absolutely game changing. So again, you want to be connected to your body. You want to have that body alignment, because the more that you can be tapped into your body, the easier it's going to be for you to set boundaries and enforce them. The easier it's going to be for you to make more money. The easier it's going to be for you to do your work, to be at home, to be present, to be patient, to be loved, to be what you want to be, right? Now, the third step to this is to really focus on your habits, routines, and your goals. Because the reality is that you want to start aiming for another version of you that you truly want to be. Maybe this version of you is happy. Maybe she sets boundaries. Maybe she takes all the learning experiences from that and she learns to trust herself rather than putting all her trust in other people. So in order to really tap into this future version of you, or this version of you that you want to be, you really do want to look at your routines and your habits and your goals. You want to do this because you want to be striving for more, because if you're not striving for more, it's going to be very easy for you to be stuck in the grieving process of the old version of you. Now, I'm not saying that you can't grieve. I'm not saying that you can't take your time. What I am saying is that you really do still want to focus on taking care of yourself. You really do want to focus on giving yourself purpose and giving yourself direction so that you are moving forward. Even if your goals and your habits and routines are strictly about healing, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you do really want to be tapped in and focused on that. So I actually help my clients have accountability and stability and help them build habits and routines during the 12 weeks that is essentially focused on their healing, of course, but it gets so much easier to do the things that you really want to do when you have accountability and support. Again, I'll leave the link for you down below so that you can check that out in the Unbound Freedom. But this is what I have for you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.